Hello and welcome, my balls of yellow snow that are slowly squeezed into your enemies' mouths. It's SJB here, and I'm sorry to if you have the ability to see things in your mind, I'm so sorry that I made you see that. All right, for everybody else that just has no ability to do that, I know that's actually like a disorder if you can't see things in your brain. But actually, we should do that test. We should do that experiment. In the comments below, let me know if I tell you to picture a juicy red apple. All right, and I want you to picture that juicy red apple on a tree. And you're going to pick it off the tree. All right, can you see yourself doing those things? Or is it more of you just kind of like see the words of it or understand the words of it? Can you picture you picking that apple off of the tree? Let me know in the comments below. I'm actually a little bit curious. I may even post a little bit down there about that. But I found out more people than not have a lack of ability to see things in their mind, which I was like, that's freaking ridiculous, man. It's hard for me to believe, because how do you read books and like do things in every like day regular life without being able to picture things in your mind? All right, now that I've got that out of the way, we've got a couple things to talk about. First of all, we're going to talk about the strategy, then we're going to talk about the story. So this is a story time with Chris kind of episode. I have not done this in quite a while. I have been lackluster at best in life and in making videos, and I do apologize to you guys. I've been trying, but I've been also lugging pretty hard. I keep thinking, oh, I'm on my upswing, and then I'd like get hit with a baseball bat to the head, and it's like, oh, no, we're not on the upswing. We're on the definite downswing here. But we're trying. We're trying. That's the main thing. Hot diggity dog. That's pretty cool. Create a support. You can support SJB by just using a special little code. Yes, you can. Click that button and make my day. So, anyways, I've got a story to tell you guys as well. But before we get there, we got to talk about this strategy. So you guys probably have seen this one by now. If you have not, druids, middle path druids in particular, work really, really well with banana farms, because the middle path upgrade, Jungle's Bounty, is going to generate cash each use, plus extra cash per banana farm near the druid. That is important, because it's near the druid, not necessarily in range of the druid, which also matters. So if you want to do something like this, you want to try to figure out how to get banana farms next to your druid and try to make that into actual reasonable levels of cash, not just a garbage amount of cash. So a lot of people will do this strategy, but then just kind of like not do it enough or not do it right. You have to kind of go a little hard on it if you really want to make it good. So we're going to go hard, or hardish. And before we go too hard, though, we're actually going to swap the strategy out to something completely different, completely unusual, that a lot of people probably have not seen before, and I think that's where we're going to insert our own lemony twist squeeze into this strategy. So we go, Camo Balloon, Pop and Power, we've got none of it. I can get some, but I'm just going to say screw it. Let the road spikes do their job, and we're going to sort of like chill with what we got here. So I need some more Pop and Power. Let's go for a middle path druid, and just get a druid of the jungle going for now. He's decently expensive, but the amount of pop and power you get out of him is totally worth. First of all, you get that infinite range, dude. He's got pretty much all types of pop and power if you get the hard thorns here, which I don't even really need right now. But check this out. I mean, this is just absurd. And if you leave him on first here, he's just going to keep attacking the front balloons, so it's going to help you even further on later on the map here as balloons get more and more difficult. But check this out. He's basically soloing round 20s. He did solo round 27 by himself. Or did he? Nope. Yeah, he did. He did. But to make this actually, like, awesome style, we've got to get a Jungle's Bounty. $6,000. That is an expensive amount of stuff to get, especially if you're trying to do this early game. So you've got to be greedy when pulling off these strategies, man. And we're playing an Unpoppable right now, so the money is scarce. Everything is more expensive, making it much more difficult to actually pull off this strategy. But that makes it just that much more exciting. And if we can do a really crazy early game, we could do a really awesome late game. Unfortunately, I need camo detection. So I really want to go for Jungle's Bounty here, but I'm just going to have to swap my strategy up a little bit. We're going to have to get camo detection. And I think the easiest way to do it is we're going to go for a decent amount of money spent here. We're going to go for an advanced intel and a crossbow. And that'll give us the camo detection we need for round 33. Hopefully also around 36 and 37. And then beyond that, I'm going to have to do something a little crazy. But by that point, we're going to be making mad monies, bro. So much money, we're going to not even know what to do with it all. All right, so let's start Chris's story at this point. Again, I want to preface this by saying that this is tough to talk about. This is something that is embarrassing to talk about, but I'm gonna go through it anyways, and I'm gonna tell you guys my experience with girls, or the first girl ever that I was somewhat interested in. And I'm gonna try not to be mean about any of this, but I will be honest and say that it's a very difficult story to tell. It makes me look like an idiot, and it's because it happened over 15 years ago. No joke, over 15 years ago. Which is kind of absurd when you really think about that. I am 32 years old, and I think I was about 16, 17 when this all went down. So, did I say over 32? I am 32. Actually, exactly 32. Technically. I mean, like, do we do like 32 and 7/12 or something? Like, is that how we talk about age these days? Hopefully not. All right, Jungle's Bounty officially up. Camo Balloon Popping Power, got it covered. So at this point of the game, this is where it gets funky. Because the problem is that Jungle's Bounty is going to have that infinite range. He is going to hit balloons all the way in the very front. So if you try to stall at all, it won't really work very well. You can try a tiny bit, and the easiest way to do this is if you just throw on a base glue gunner, put him on strong, and see what happens. If you slow the balloons down just a tiny bit, you might get a little extra popping power out of it, or you might just get a little more time to get your ability going. And even though this is a little bit on the unexciting part, I'll admit it. Here we go. We're gonna use this ability here. So I want to make sure that I've got these camo balloons taken care of, and I think I got them. Dart Monkey trying his best with some spikes in the back. Yes, all right. That was a scary one, but we made it happen. I'm gonna just keep these things slow. And use our first level ability. We make $580 for a triple banana farm play next to us. I think we got to go for another dose. Let's go for one more of these guys. Hopefully before the Moab here as well. So here we go. We got a second Jungle's Bounty. Oh my god, it's absurd. It's absurdly absurd. No, I don't think we're going to get it before the Moab. Probably have to spend some money on a sharpshooter or something. Dang. Or we could go something even crazier. You know what? I'm freaking down, boys. I'm down. We're going to go for a long-range Dart Monkey here, and we're going to go for the airburst darts on this guy. So now I got a super awesome, super powerful Moab Popper over here. And all we do is need to pop the Moab layer, and then the Druids will basically take care of the rest. Look at that. Deliciousness. Woohoo! All right, so let's keep that going. Make sure we press that button here. Make that extra cash. Hopefully, we can keep it going. So, all right, so the internet to me, I was not so old that the internet should not have been in my life. Oh, crap, I forgot about cam detection. All right, let's go sharpshooter with quick shots and very quick shots, and then hopefully that's good enough. Wasted my time there with that, but you know what? $580 again, not too shabby. Let's get another Jungle's Bounty here, and then soon, believe it or not, we're going to swap the strategy up completely. I know it seems weird to switch it up so early, but it's just going to work. All right, we're going to go for a third Druid over here. And we're also going to go for a few more banana farms. So at this point, if you spend $6,000 on each one of these guys, these puppies are only $1,500 each. It's just totally worth to go for a couple extra banana farms. And then you can go from 580 to, check it out, let's get one more banana farm before we do it. Let's go like something like that. And let's get $970 from a single ability, $1,000 extra dollars. And that's almost every round we get that money. Absurd. All right, and with Let Balloons coming out, we actually get a really nice delay in our ability to pop things, which is actually quite helpful for us. I'm going to go for at least one more of these Druids, then I think I'm going to just completely change my strategy right after that. All right, let's get $580. Camo Balloon Pop Power is still a little sketch, I'll admit it. I only got 2 towers here that can pop Camo Balloons, but working good enough for us. And the last Jungle's Bounty of the day, I believe. Give me one more little bit to cash here. Come on, give me that cash money. Come on! Why are we getting such little lots of money? There we go. 3 Druids. Not making delicious amounts of cash, but enough cash to make me feel happy. All right. Over $1,000 for an ability. That just feels so awesome. I mean, that's how much money you're making off of like a heli-pilot ability. And those things are 4 times expensive, these things. It's absurd. And we can get 3 of them on the screen before round 50, and we're popping things with them. Don't forget about that. All right, $970 off of that Druid. Not bad. And this one is somehow getting us more than that. I think we need the Druid Reach here, actually. In fact, this one, let's see if Druid Reach is going to get us any extra, but I don't think so. I think 3 banana farms was our limit anyways. All right, we got $9,000 here. We get, I think that was over 1,000, but I didn't actually see it. And instantaneously popping those things feels nice. All right, we're still just gonna play the lead game. I'm gonna go for Adora as my only lead popper here, and that feels good. That feels really good. Another $1,100. That feels good. All right, Camo Balloon popping power. We've got very, very little. We've got to fix this. Let's go for a quick boom, boom, and we're gonna go like that with an ability, and that's gonna hopefully take them all down. Did that get camo protection? No, it didn't. Not yet. Now he does. All right. So at this point, what do we do? Well, you might not think about it, but you might think that we just need to build a bunch of druids. Maybe 3, 4, 5 druids. We could just kind of like build 20 druids kind of in this giant bundle here. But I would say, no, 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 no. You are wrong about that strategy. Things are going to start to get really, really crazy really, really soon, and you don't want to keep on going with that weirdo strategy. Instead, go big. All right? Don't be too weird about it. Just go big. And what is big for us? Big for us is going to be Spirit of the Forest. $42,000. That's all we need to have all the pop and power we're going to need until basically round 80. And that's absurd. That is crazy. We can get a tower by round 54 that can just kill everything forever. Yes. Believe it or not, we can. Because guess what? These guys are each worth 6,000. These guys are each worth 1,000. So we sell 6 of these guys. That's 6,000, $18,000, and we are there. Boom, 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 and boom. We just made a Spirit of the Forest happen on round 55 on an Impossible game. What does that mean for us? Well, all these vines are just going to keep on growing here. They're going to double up around these circles, making it even more powerful. And now we can do whatever the heck we want with our extra money for the rest of the game, because we don't have to worry about maybe things are going to kill us or something like that. Spirit of the Forest will handle them all. And he does have no lead popping power. Just got to keep that in mind. No lead popping power. That's our only weakness right now, is a lack of lead popping power. So can we fix that? Let's fix it. Let's get the MIB. I know it seems weird, but let's do it anyways. And I probably should not have gone for that long range anyways. I probably should have gone top path, but screw it. Let's do it, bro. Now, don't forget that this guy's going to make us extra cash every single round. So you can see how much money he's already made us this game. He's already made us an extra 10 grand. So we want to see by the end of this game, does he make us more than about $50,000? That's what he cost. Can we make him pay for himself by the end of the game and get all of the pops in this game basically for free? Oh my god, it's absurd just to imagine that. All right, so now at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the exact same strategy that I was just pulling off with a weirdo village druid combo and just overload the banana farms all around me. All right, this will give us that extra range, which will allow us to get even more banana farms in our range, which is kind of cool. I think, you know what, I don't want to go too crazy with it, but I think something like maybe 9 of them is good. 7, is that 7? I think that's 7, 8, and 9. So let's do that. We're going to get all these guys up to Druid Reach, just so I don't forget. We can get all of these guys up to 4th here when we get the money, but before I get there, I am going to build my banana farms, and I also just want to be kind of lame, and I'm just going to build a quick banana farmer. I think here is probably okay, and I'm just going to build banana farms. So I'm going to go for a banana farm festival all around here, just spamming them all over the place. And once I get this going, I can finally start telling my story. In fact, you know what? Let's just start telling the story. I'm so sorry that I've just delayed this for so long, but it has been quite a micro-intensive weirdo thing to do here, basically. So the internet to me was not completely new, or to most people was not completely new, but to me it kind of was. My parents, for some reason, were very weird about the internet. They were those people that were like, be careful on the internet. The predators are going to get you. Be careful on the internet. They're going to steal you and kidnap you and sexual predatorize you and stuff like that. And like nowadays it's like, dude, I mean, like, yes, that can happen, but like everybody on the internet basically knows everybody else on the internet, and it just became this weird thing where like safety is not really a thing anymore because everybody knows everybody anyways. It just doesn't really matter that much. As weird as that sounds, it just doesn't really matter that much anymore. All right, here we go. We're going to start. We're going to go for our Jungle's Bounties. And as we get the abilities here... Oh, I kind of forgot. Spirit of the frickin' Forest had an ability, too, that I haven't been using. Like a noob. Like a noob. So please forgive me. I can guarantee you guys that I'm going to be bad at clicking this ability. That's why I don't normally do the strategy all that much. But I'll do my best. I promise. You know what? Let's skip. we're doing so fantastic. Let's see if we get to round 80 and see where we're at with all this awesome druid action. All right, we're almost to where I want to be right now. Things are just going absolutely fantastic. I'm making mad monies kind of all over the place. Pop and Power is still super fantastic. Spirit of the Forest takes care of pretty much everything here. Sub is doing a little bit, and Adora is doing nothing. It's literally all the Spirit of the Forest. He's got 183,000 pops right now. And there's nobody else doing even anything remotely close. I mean, technically, Druids are still getting pops because they are having infinite range and everything. But really, there are money makers. There are our cash flow. So here we go. I think that is our last Jungle's Bounty. Let's confirm all the way wrap around here. Got all the Jungle's Bounties across this guy. We can go for more if we want to, but at this point, who cares? Who cares? We got enough of them. What do we got? 3, 6, 9. We got 9 of them, dude. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build up 9 abilities here, just so I can just make this consistent instead of being kind of lame about it. I want to see these 9 abilities. Should I go for 10 to make it more evenly spaced? No, we'll go 9. 9's good enough. There we go. Let them flow. 9 abilities! That's basically $9,000 almost every round at this point, on top of Spirit of the Forest. Wait, 3, 6, 79. There should be 10. 10 abilities. Spirit of the Forest also gets his own. Look at this. He's made $33,000 already by round 78. He's nearly paid for himself. This is why you get a Spirit of the Forest as early as you possibly can, and why he is one of the best towers in Bloons Tower Defense. It's almost absurd. All right, so I'm going to just go until Spirit of the Forest basically dies. It could be round 80. I don't think so. Could be round 85 or 87. Those are big Oh My God rounds, but I don't think so. All right, back to the internet. Chris was not a big internet guy. I didn't really understand the internet all that much, and some of my friends were like trying to be helpful to me with the internet. And I remember one thing they did was one of my friends had AOL, which is basically the old chat system. It was basically before text existed, before you gave people your phone number, you gave them your screen name. I remember in school, people were like, what's your screen name, bro? Let's go talk on the internet. And I did not have a screen name for a really, really, really long time, until I was about 17 years old. I missed out on a lot because of that. My parents don't really understand. They still don't understand, but it was a thing. It really was a thing. So we've got $75,000, by the way. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I think I'm just going to wait it out still. Nothing is even remotely close to killing me, so screw it. Let's just keep dancing around with our Spirit of the Forest here. But my friends were trying to be helpful, so what they did was like, Chris, you're late to the party. People don't ask for your screen names anymore. You're like 5 years late. So instead of doing that, I'm just going to give you all of my friends as your friends now. He just gave me his friend list. I didn't even know that's possible, but he did that. So I had like 400 names, and I don't even know how he had this many friends, but he had like 400 names on his AOL chat system. And I was like, all right, let's talk to random people. I don't know why, but I was like, oh, who are you? Do I know you? And I started just jumbling around all these people. And I would talk to people about random things sometimes. Sometimes I would mess around with people because I didn't know who they were and I didn't care about them. And some people I actually made friends with. I was like, oh yeah, and we actually like got to talk online every night and whatnot. And one of these people that I talked to, they did not go to my school. And I was like, who are you? And they're like, oh, my name's... What was her name? I think her name was Haley. I actually can't remember her name. Wow, my brain is just like trying to delete this out of my memory. It's like, Chris, you don't want to remember any of this. But I don't remember her name, and I think her name might have been Haley, but it could have not been. Just want to throw that. It could have not been. And we were talking on the chat room for probably like 3 months, like on chat system for like 3 months or so. It was. It was nice, actually. I found out that she was a girl. Now, I am a nerd, all right? I'm a very, very, very big nerd. And for me to talk to girls in real life, even at 17 years old, was very difficult, okay? I was so nerdy. I was such a loser. And I had a girl who wanted to talk to me, who actually liked me. And eventually, she invited me to play soccer. Now, she was a soccer player, all right? She's like, why don't you come play soccer with me and my friends? And I was like, okay. And she was like, oh, you know what? It's just going to be, she changed her mind. She's like, instead of all of my friends being there, it's just going to be me and my best friend. And we're going to be at this high school. And she's like, come on over, and we're just going to play together. I was like, okay, sounds good. So, of course, at this point, I don't really even know what she looks like. She doesn't really know what I look like. I could be a 60-year-old creepy man or something like that. It's definitely possible. All right, just want to throw that out. It could be possible for that to happen. Oh boy, all right, we got Zoma God to get in the back over here. Spirit of the Forest is still doing a pretty good job. We're going to use another Ball of Light here, and we got to take down the Zoma God layer. As soon as you take down the Zoma God layer, you're good. And dang, freaking ridiculous, dude. Round 88 we take down with just the Spirit of the Forest doing almost all the pops. He's got 400k already. We got more Zoma Gods coming out. I think we can make it a couple more rounds. I think DDT is not going to be an issue. Spirit of the Forest has got the MIB. So let's ride it. But anyways, I was who I said I was. I showed up to the high school, and you know what? Who she was? She was who she said she was. Kind of. Now, I've never seen her before. Now, in dating apps and whatnot, like now at the very least, you get to see their face and whatever they decide to show you. Now, it could be old pictures, could be weird pictures or something like that, but generally, you kind of get what you signed up for. I had no idea what she was going to look like. I get there, and I'll be honest with you, as far as my standards go, and again, she was not my style, not my type. She was like a 3 out of 10, in my opinion. And, but that didn't stop me from being her friend. I was still like, you know what? I like sports. We talked online for many months. Let's be friends. And so for, oh, by the way, when I got there at the high school, they weren't playing soccer. They were playing volleyball. But they were also, instead of just with their friend, they were with their parents. So my first time encountering this person was meeting their parents while they were doing something that they said they weren't doing. They were playing volleyball instead of playing soccer. And then it somehow turned into playing soccer with the volleyball, which was even weirder. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay. Our first round we lose, round 90. I love this combo. This is one of my favorite combos in the game. Spirit of the Forest does everything you need against balloons. This guy does pretty much everything you need against Moebs. When you combine them together, what do you get? An unstoppable force. Kind of. I mean, there's probably some rounds that could overwhelm you with way too many balloons or way too many Moebs, but generally speaking, it's just freaking good. This is what I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for quick Carbon Spikes. We're going to see if this combo can get us through all the way to round 100, and if so, can we beat this with like $300,000 at the end of the game or what? So anyways, it was a very weird meeting. I mean, it was just goofy. It was not what I expected at all. I was obviously very shy and very weird and everything, but you know what she said? She's like, you know what, Chris? Let's meet again. And I was like, really? You wanna hang out with me again, even though I probably was kind of weird? And she was like, yes. And I was like, okay, good. I'm in, guys. As a friend, I guess. I don't know what I wanted. She was not my type, but you know, maybe you can grow on somebody. Just, yeah, maybe. So she invited me to play dodgeball. It's like, dang, dude, this is freaking awesome. A chick that likes soccer and dodgeball and playing sports and stuff, like, that's freaking awesome, dude. So she sets me up. She's like, here's the address. Meet me here at, whatever, 4:30 or whatever. And I was like, dang, this sounds awesome. I love playing dodgeball. One of my favorite sports, honestly, still to this day, is dodgeball. And I could probably tell you guys another dodgeball story at some point. But for now, just know I was freaking sexy at dodgeball. I was quick, I was agile, I was fast, I could throw things, and I could dodge things. Therefore, I was good at dodgeball, and I could catch. So I was just athletic overall. Is kind of a little bit of both, but definitely was athletic back in the day. So I get to this gym, and she meets me, and she's like, oh, this is going to be awesome. Like, we get to play dodgeball together and everything. I was like, sweet. So we get to the gym, and I remember getting set up, and there was multiple different, like, teams and everything, and we line up, and I get to play one game of dodgeball. Unfortunately, I didn't do very good in my one game of dodgeball. I tried to catch one of the balls, and it finger slipped, hit the ground. It was basically over before it started, man. Like I don't know, maybe like 5 minutes of dodgeball is all I really got. And we only played 2 games of dodgeball, and then it was over. And then I was like, whoa, well, what are we doing after the dodgeball? And they're like, we're going to go watch a movie. And I was like, oh, okay. So they took me into the basement of this gym thing. We go down there, and the movie starts. And the movie is about, and I don't want to offend anybody here, okay, but I am generally non-religious. Okay, I don't want to get in any arguments with anybody, but I am generally non-religious. And when I get down here, they tried to show a movie about, like, the top 7 religions battling against each other in a weird, I don't even know how to put this, but like Survivor-style challenges system? And I was like, this is freaking goofy as crap. And then after every single challenge that they did, they were like, I don't want to cause any ruckus or anything, but they would ask them religious questions, like why do you believe in your religion? Why don't you believe in your religion? And the Christian guy was like super smart and like good looking and everything, was like, I believe in God because this, that, and this. And then they talk to like the Indian guy who's like Buddhist or something, and he's like, well, I believe in God because of this and this, and you know, I have my reasons and all this stuff. They get to the atheist guy, and he's just like, bro, I have no idea what's going on. Life is just easier if I don't think about that, and I'm really not sure because, you know, nobody's really taught me anything about God. And I was just like, oh my God. Oh my God. So the entire time, this girl that was talking to me was basically just trying to recruit me to her church. She did not care about hanging out with me. She did not care about talking to me. She did not care about being my friend. Maybe she did a little bit. But the whole point was to try to get me recruited to her church. No joke. Oh, crap. Did not mean to press that button. I'm glad we're alive here. Oh, for round 99, though. Yeah. A little scary. Rebuild, rebuild! Oh, we got spikes. We got a door. We're good. We're good. So that made me feel really bad about myself for a really long time. Just straight up. I was like, oh, I was basically being used the entire time. Now again, straight up, I did not think she was super pretty at the time, and I didn't tell her that or anything like that. But I wasn't like, I was. Oh, this is the hardest part for me. It was like I was looking for a girlfriend, obviously, but I didn't think she was my type, and I didn't think I was going to go through with any of that nonsense. But I was like, you know what? If I have a girl at least interested in maybe we can be friends. Maybe she can show me to other girls, or I can finally have a friend who is a girl who can teach me things about girls and stuff like that. And it didn't really go very well. It didn't really go very well for her. So for a long time, that made me feel even worse about myself, that I basically fell for this trap, basically. And here it is, guys. We did it. So this is my embarrassing story. Again, hindsight is 20/20, and you live and you learn, and you realize sometimes that you do stupid things. But today we ended up with over $300,000, not trying too hard to farm or anything like that, just getting a nice Spirit of the Forest early on in the game, and just letting our druids do their job. So if you haven't seen this strategy before, definitely check it out. This combo's great. This combo's fan-frickin-tastic. You can make a lot of crap happen with it. And then just make sure you've got enough pop and power, and you're basically golden. As far as pop and power goes, we actually didn't get as many as I thought. We only got about 1 million. Everybody kind of did a little bit here, which is kind of crazy. These guys each had 50,000 pops, though. For making 50,000 pops and making like 4 times as much money as they were bought for, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Jungle's bounties are good. You cannot argue with that. But this guy, $70,000, easily paid for himself about 1.5 times over, and got 1 million pops. Why wouldn't you buy him? Just straight up, why wouldn't you? If you guys enjoyed, press that like button, make sure you subscribe, and have a super duper delicious day.